Oh ho 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 ho! Oh ho no! Hey kids! Mind if you get your parents or any adult listening? Don't go anywhere though. You should hear this too. It's easy to pack on the pounds this holiday season with all the candy, desserts, foods, and snacks. Oh, especially the chocolatey snacks. Now I'm supposed to be a fat lard because that's my trademark image, but it's not supposed to be yours. Fill those stockings with some of Santa's oh-ho-nos. It's dark chocolatey goodness, low in calories and cholesterol, mixed with a special ingredient that's supposed to boost your metabolism. Get 2 gallons of Lucky Plucky Ducky Farms eggnog, and you can get a full box of Santa's oh-ho-nos at a discounted price at eligible retailers. Oh-ho-nos may be good for you, but they sure can get that gas passing. Oh ho 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 no! Oh ho no! Available every holiday season at your local grocery retailer.
Hail to the king, baby!
Christmas. There's just something special about this time of year. It's a time for peace. A time for miracles. A time for family. Or so, that's what it's meant to be. I am your narrator, James Lewis, and I'm going to share a story with you. It's a story about hope, courage, loss, overcoming grief, sacrifice, but mostly it's a story about a Christmas miracle. I present to you the 2022 WASD-FM Christmas Special, Krampen My Style. we open up to Luke the Kook, DJ and owner of WASD-FM, having a conversation with a grieving mother, while Dr. Neil Watts of the Sigmund Corporation sets up an unusual contraption. Cheryl's son, Nicholas, sleeps silently in the same deep coma he has been stuck in for over a week. Before slipping into the coma, Nicholas had written to the Radio Tower of Power, per the Grant-A-Wish program, while still grieving over the tragic loss that he didn't want to elaborate any further on. Nicholas's mother, Cheryl, curiously poked Luke and Neil with questions about the reliability of this dream technology.
Sigmund Corporation is best known for reconstructing memories to fulfill dying wishes, but they do other things too, like helping those in a coma.
As advertised, but explain to me how this thing works again.
I put this helmet thing on Nicholas, and this helmet thing on Luke. Both will enter a dream type of world where they can interact like they would in person. She knows that, Neil. That was in the advertising. Basically, they will be entering into Nicholas's artificial memories. Okay, now I'm asking for me. What memory am I entering into? The last memory Nicholas had just before he went to sleep to see if we can figure out what put him in that coma.
In which case, wouldn't it make more sense if I were to go in, being his mother and all?
She's got a point there, Neil.
Ideally, we would want someone he trusts, but you know what? All right, we'll hook you in.
Let the kook come out to play.
What was that?
I believe your son just said, let the kook come out to play. Now, if you would just lie down and make sure you use this pillow under your neck for support.
Neil, doesn't that strike you as rather odd?
Not at all. She could get neck cramps. We don't know how long she'll be in there for.
Do people normally speak when they're in a coma?
I don't know. I'm not a coma expert. Put this on and close your eyes.
Okay.
I'm just going to map out the artificial memory and plug you in. You should be there in 3, 2, 1.
So, am I there?
Why are you still talking? You should be asleep during this process or something. Neil, can we take a moment? This is on. You should be plugged in with your son.
Let the kook come out to play.
You be quiet. I'm trying to... Wait. What? Neil, I don't think Cheryl knows what she's getting herself into. Just let me in. Cheryl, I promise we're going to help your son.
Neil couldn't figure out what was keeping Cheryl from plugging into Nicholas's dreams, or why Nicholas suddenly repeated the same phrase. Neither Luke or Neil could help but shake the feeling something wicked was behind this, and that it would only reveal itself if Luke plugged into the last artificial memory of Nicholas. At the count of 3, Luke found himself asleep and awake again.
Neil? Cheryl? They're not around, so I have to be in Nicholas's memory.
Who's there?
Luke wasn't meant to be caught by Nicholas during this investigation, but Neil had forgotten to pause the memory to allow Luke a quiet investigation.
Who are you?
I'm Luke the Kook of WASD-FM, your favorite radio show.
But why are you in my house?
Because you and your mom won a free trip to Costa del Sol. Congratulations.
That's the worst lie I've heard from anyone. And I group kids into that statement. Of course, I often group kids together for mass abductions.
What are you?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Do you have anything to do with Nicholas's coma?
I'm in a coma?
Seriously, Nobel Prize-worthy intelligence from the both of you.
What do you want with Nicholas?
The sinister-looking horned figure, perched in the shadows, revealed his hideous, bearded face.
That's for me to know. Welcome to my world, by the way. I'm inviting you to play a game with me, which you have no choice to do because I won't let you do anything else anyway.
Are you what? What's it called again? Cramps?
No, that's a soreness you typically get from sitting too long. I prefer my original Deutschland name, Krampen. Your instructions are simple. Survive my world. Escape if you can. The longer you stay here, the more pain and sorrow will be inflicted upon you. Are you serious? How do you have an iPhone here?
Can you just hold on a moment, Mr. Krampen? Hello?
Luke, it's Neil.
Am I in a dream world or what?
You are. I'm very limited on what I can change in this world, too. Apparently, this Krampen guy has more influence than I'd like to give him credit for. So, escaping is going to be tricky, and by escaping, I mean waking both you and Nicholas up.
Can he hear you right now, Neil?
I can.
Never mind, Neil. I guess this is as much as you can explain.
At least for now. Your best bet is for Nicholas to grab anything he finds sentimental to him. That can be enough to kind of hold Krampen off while I work out an exit strategy.
Easier said than done, dream scientist.
This jar that I used to catch fireflies with my dad 2 summers ago.
Wait, that's not even supposed to...
Suddenly, a wall sprung out of nowhere, blocking the path between Krampen and Luke and Nicholas.
Now run out of there. I need space between you and the Krampen to adjust reality.
Nicholas, let's go.
You'll only get so far. You'll soon run out of sentimental material possessions. I'll separate you from them all.
Nicholas, you're too slow. I'm carrying you. Alley-oop.
Were you trying to protect me from that all along?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sorry I treated you like an intruder.
I won't take it personally. Mistakes were made, and we didn't have a game plan for this. Neil.
I've opened up the portal. Krampen will have to find his own way if he's gonna follow you.
We're going home, Nicholas.
Luke and Nicholas passed through the bright blue portal and were transported through a winding tunnel of light, finding safety on the other side.
Where are we?
We're in my grandpa's cabin, but I thought he sold it last year. Everything is as I remember it.
I figured if I could keep you and Nicholas in a familiar area where Nicholas could easily find something of sentimental value, then that should give you some defense from the Krampen.
What about just waking us up?
Whatever magic is being used isn't letting me do that so easily. There's gotta be a way. But Nicholas himself seems to be resisting.
Nicholas? You didn't realize you were dreaming?
Oh, I guess that makes sense. How do I wake up then?
Pinch yourself?
Ow!
Okay. Neil, how come Nicholas can't wake up?
I don't know. I mainly work on the dieting, man. Eva picked the worst time to go on vacation. She'd probably know what to do.
We don't have your partner. Figure something out. I'm hanging up in the meantime. If we're playing Krampen's game, then Nicholas and I have to figure out what he wants. All right, Nicholas. This Krampen said something about inflicting pain and sorrow on you. What have you done in the past year to deserve this punishment?
Nothing.
No. There are millions of kids out there in the world, and he's targeting you. Why is he targeting you? What is this pain and sorrow he wants to inflict on you?
I don't know. I didn't do anything to be targeted. I already have enough sorrow.
But, Nicholas, why? What happened?
Only ever try to be a good kid. I always listened to my dad. I only ever wanted to be good. But he got taken away from me.
Nicholas, what happened?
Without revealing himself, Krampen's voice could be heard echoing around Luke and Nicholas.
That's a good boy, Nicholas. You keep feeling bad for your dad leaving. I'll be here relishing every bit of it. Maybe if you didn't have choir practice, then things could have gone differently. Oh, for heaven's sake.
Neil?
Yeah, hi again. He found his way to you sooner than I expected.
What are the rules here, Neil?
I don't know. I'm not normally trying to evade some supernatural being, okay? Find somebody to get out of there.
Nicholas, where'd your firefly jar go?
These things work like disposable keys in a video game, okay? Once you use it, then it's gone. I'm working on a different memory you guys can escape to, but it's gonna take a little extra this time.
Nicholas, is there anything in your grandpa's cabin that you can use?
Too late!
Nicholas, this way!
The Krampen chased Luke and Nicholas out of the cabin and toward a fishing hut by the lake, where they were able to shut the creature out.
I'll find my way in there. Remember, Nicholas, this is all your fault.
What interest do you have with this one kid?
Delicious sorrow. Oh, I've said too much. You know, Kook, with you being here, you're only making this worse. Yeah. Nicholas was having sweet dreams before you got here.
Were you?
I didn't even know I was dreaming.
Nicholas wouldn't know he was dreaming at this point. You were talking to a version of him before you fell asleep. Guys, I can't help you until you find something that can help me.
How about this bucket that my grandpa and I used to throw fish in after catching them in the lake?
Give me that sorrow!
Works for me.
Yeah!
Nicholas, come on!
This time, Luke found himself attending a children's Christmas choir. Nicholas was wearing a white robe and singing with his classmates.
Luke, are you still there?
Yeah, Neil, go ahead.
I just got a text notification that Skipper is on his way. I had Cheryl reach out to the radio tower of power using my phone after you hung up on me. Neon Zero responded on Skipper's behalf, and he's very concerned about you. You should be so lucky to have a loyal companion like him.
He's not even my dog. But, yeah, he's a good boy. How's he finding the place?
Neon Zero apparently connected him with a GPS so that he won't have a problem. Once he gets here, I'm going to try plugging him in so he can assist.
I didn't even think your machine could work on dogs.
Alright, I gotta go. In the meantime, make sure this version of Nicholas finds something sentimental. You're dealing with an earlier version of Nicholas that won't remember anything that just happened
Wait.
leading up to this point.
What?
Gotta go. Good luck.
Hey, Neil! I'd call you back if I knew the number. I don't even know how phones work in my head anyway, let alone in reality.
Luke remained quiet during the rest of Nicholas's performance with his classmates, and even found himself smiling to their version of Oh Holy Night. Luke wasn't sure if he should immediately approach Nicholas when he was finished, or how any of this would work. The pressure to come up with a plan ate away at him more when the performance was over and kids were greeting their parents. Every kid had a parent or guardian to hug, except for Nicholas. Nicholas remained where he stood and searched the crowd with his eyes. Luke looked around the crowd as well, standing on his tiptoes, and tried to at least spot Cheryl.
Mister! Hey, mister!
Nicholas ran up to Luke.
Nicholas, do you remember me?
Remember you? Yeah! You're the owner of WASD FM. The only reason I listen to the radio. Is Skipper here?
Luke smiled slightly.
He should be here soon. I'm expecting him.
Oh boy, the Synthwave Skipper Key, my favorite DJ. What are you doing here at the school? Are you related to anyone in my class?
Well...
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just received an emergency phone call and I need to talk to Nicholas. Nicholas, it's about your father.
What about his father?
Dad? Is he late?
Is it alright if I hear this?
Sir, do you have any relation to Nicholas?
His mother sent me.
She did? Well, okay. But can you... Nicholas, I'm sorry. There's no easy way for me to deliver this. Your dad won't be able to pick you up from your choir practice. Why not?
What's wrong? What happened to his dad?
Sir, please. I'm getting to that. If you will, just let me find the words, please. Nicholas, your father... I'm so sorry. But your father was broadsided by someone running a traffic light. He's being taken to the emergency room as we speak. No, not my dad. That can't happen to my dad.
Then, like a crack of thunder in the sky, spoke the voice of the Krampen.
Yes. It was on this day, Nicholas, that your consequence was met.
Who said my name? What's happening?
You'll live this day of sorrow over and over again.
I get it. You're feeding off of his sorrow like it's sustenance for you. You're a more despicable creature than the folklore suggests, Krampus.
You're slow to learn these things, Kook. I've won this game, and I'll feed off of his sorrow until he meets his end. Since you've brought yourself to me, what pain and sorrow can I find within you? Ah, yes. You and Nicholas share something in common. How fortunate for me. I'll be sure to let Nicholas's mother into my world before I cut him off from his miserable existence.
What's happening? Where is that voice coming from?
Nicholas, I need you here with me in the moment. This isn't happening. This is a dream.
It is?
Yes, it is. I'm going to help you wake up, but you have to help me. Find me something sentimental to you.
Round and round we go. Keep running further and further into the past. I'll keep following, and I'll keep finding plenty of sorrow to feed off of. This memory has already made me far stronger.
Don't listen to that voice, Nicholas. What do you have near you that you value? What reminds you of your mom or dad?
It's in my backpack. It's a sled keychain I got from my dad when we went to the store in the mall before it closed down.
Where's your backpack?
Sir, are you really Nicholas's guardian?
You're not real. Buzz off.
I beg to differ.
I'm very real.
Whoa! What? Everyone else disappeared from the artificial memory, leaving only Luke, Nicholas, and the Krampen in the middle of the church.
I give chase, but I don't feed off of fear. I'm just here to remind you what awaits you with the next material possession, the next memory you jump to. I'll still be following you, feeding.
What? Is this part of your game?
I found it! What do we do now?
What if... Hey, Neil, I think we're only making Krampen stronger here. Neil?
I heard you.
Well, hold on. First of all, how do I know you're really Neil?
We barely know each other. How do I prove it?
Isn't your wife, Eva Rosalind, worried about you?
No! She's my coworker, not my wife. I would never even dream of marrying her. Stop saying things like that.
Touché.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah. Not only that, but we're also going to stop memory hopping now. This thing is feeding off of Nicholas's sorrow, and it doesn't care that we know anymore. He seemed to have tricked us into his game.
You might have more influence over where you guys go than I thought. Oh, hold on, gotta go.
Neil? Neil! Okay, Krampen, you got us. What now? You gonna let us memory hop to another sorrowful event? Are we going to relive this day over and over, thinking that it's the first time every time? You can't scare us because you just told us that you don't feed off of that.
I could be lying.
You could be. Exactly what benefits do you get from feeding off of our sorrow anyway?
Well, it keeps me living a little longer, but also helps me level up more.
That's absolutely outstanding. You know, Nicholas, I never really saw any long-term value over materialistic possessions. You know why?
Why?
Because the true value is in the moments we share with our loved ones. Forget about that keychain, Nicholas. Think of your favorite moments with your dad.
You really think I care what you're trying to do? You don't even know what I'm capable of doing right now.
He's bluffing, Nicholas. What's your favorite moment with your dad?
I can't. I'm having trouble thinking of... I thought my dad was dead.
No, Nicholas, this is a dream. None of this is real.
His dad really is dead, by the way.
Shut up! All of this is artificial. It's all in your head, Nicholas. You can wake up from this. Take control of your life. The instant you take control, interesting things will happen.
You can say that again.
What is this?
Whoa! Skipper collided in the Krampen, tumbling the monster over while riding on his trademark purple synthwave emitting electronic sounds and music notes.
Need a ride?
Before Luke could even give an answer, he found himself face first on the fluffy synthwave that Skipper was riding, and Nicholas was scooped up right after.
Whoa! It's the synthwave skipper key.
The one and only.
I'll find out what causes you grief, Todd. None of you stand a chance in my world.
Let's give this church a holy roof. I hope their insurance covers that.
Skipper! Am I glad to see you? Come here, buddy.
Easy now, don't hug the driver. So, where are we going?
I don't know. That's up to Nicholas. He's still in this coma, and unless he wakes up, we're not waking up either.
At this point, I think I've heard stranger things.
So, my dad isn't really dead?
Well,
Is now a bad time to mention there's a giant Krampus growing over the horizon?
If I can't feed off of your sorrow, then I'll just feed off of your mother's.
Skipper, look out for his claw!
I can't get around it.
The Krampen had grown himself as large as the sky, and brought a single swipe of his claw cascading from the heavens, which sent Nicholas, Luke, and Skipper hurtling through the air. But they never landed. All they did was fall and fall. The sky around them turned completely blank white.
Nicholas? Nicholas, can you hear me?
Dad?
No, Nicholas, it's me. Luke, can you hear me?
Dad? Is that you?
Nicholas, where are...
Dad!
What's happening?
Oh, no. I think Nicholas sees his dad and... we might be along for the ride.
Nicholas? Is that you, buddy?
Nicholas, listen to me. Don't go into the light.
Dad, where have you been? I've missed you. Mom's missed you.
Everything's okay now, Nicholas. Come with me. We're going home.
No, Nicholas, you got way too much to live for, buddy. Don't go with your dad.
But you said it yourself. The true value is in the moments we share with our loved ones. And I just want to be with my dad.
This is not the way, Nicholas. You can't leave your mom behind. She's going to be alone without you.
But my dad, he's already alone.
Nicholas. Nicholas. The door is closing. Hurry.
Dad, don't leave me.
Nicholas, you're not ready yet. Think of your dad leaving a big piece of himself behind. That's you. You're a big part of your dad. If you stay with your mom, then your dad will never truly be gone.
Dad!
Outside of the dream world, Neil and Cheryl were staring heavily at Nicholas's heart monitor as it slowed down.
Dr. Watts, do something.
I'm sorry,
Nicholas.
Luke!
Nicholas.
Skipper!
No.
Cheryl, I'm so sorry. I didn't think. He's back?
What?
He's alive. I gotta call Luke again.
Somehow, Luke, Skipper, and Nicholas found themselves in a different kind of void, surrounded by a star-riddled night sky. Luke answered his phone one more time.
Neil?
I have no idea what you guys just pulled off, but Nicholas was on the brink of... Never mind. I think you just opened a doorway.
What do you mean? How?
No time to explain right now. Apparently the Krampen's power is weakening. Your best bet of waking Nicholas up at this point is doing something intense. Something climactic. Intensity should be enough to jolt Nicholas back awake, along with the rest of you guys.
Makes enough sense to me, but how do we... Oh, hey. There's a sleigh here.
Put the phone down. I'm gonna transport you guys using my synthwave slipstream. We're going on a sleigh ride, y'all.
Why is there so much snow here? And I don't feel cold at all?
Get in, Nicholas.
This is your captain speaking. Keep all arms and legs inside the moving vehicle at all times and prepare for takeoff.
I'm not done with you yet.
Skipper?
In an instant, Skipper had taken off with Luke and Nicholas holding on for their lives in the sleigh that was being carried by Skipper's synthwave. Up, and away!
This isn't over. This is my world. You won't escape me so easily.
Wow, he can really run. How is he keeping up?
It's all part of the dramatic action sequence. I don't mind him chasing us if it means waking Nicholas up.
You hear that, Krampen? Now you're playing our
You
game.
don't turn the tables on me.
Hey, Nicholas, hit him with the snowball.
Where'd you get that?
This is a dream, remember? Hit him square between the eyes.
Nicholas pulled back and let the snowball fly, hitting the Krampen right in the nose.
How are you making this feel real?
You like that snowball, Krampen? Have another.
Stop it!
Are you losing control over your own world? Hey, Skipper, let's take the sleigh a little further off the ground. What do you say?
That's up to Nicholas. Are you ready, Nicholas?
I'm ready.
Up, and away we go.
Wait! I'll have no one to play with anymore. What about me? I'll be very bad.
Krampen's sorrowful cries faded away as Skipper took Luke and Nicholas higher and higher into the night sky. Nicholas could see the greens and purples of the aurora borealis shimmering under the stars, and the full moon shone brighter and brighter until everything faded to white.
Nicholas? Nicholas?
What a weird dream.
Wait, if Skipper's awake, then that has to mean...
Mom? Nicholas?
And Luke should be awake too.
Hey, boss, wake up.
Am I back in Costa del Sol yet?
I just wanted to not feel so weak anymore.
You!
But we left you behind.
Don't hurt me.
He's a lot smaller in the real world. What Skipper said was no exaggeration. In the dream world, Krampen looked like he could tower over you, and depending on how much pain and sorrow he fed off of, he could be the size of a mountain. But here in the waking world, he was no larger than a folding chair. The first thing Luke wanted to do, while Neil and Skipper had Krampen cornered, was call up Neon Zero to research the dream manipulator.
Well, your typical Krampus has nothing to do with dreams, but I found there was a rare version of the original Bavarian Krampen that found a way to feed off of pain, guilt, and sorrow like it's some sort of drug. It's not necessarily sustenance for them at all, but more like an enhancement drug that effectively makes them stronger in their dream manipulation abilities. Most Krampen capable of this have gone to rehabilitation facilities to live more productive lives and left dream manipulation alone. This one must have gotten a little too hooked on his addiction.
Thanks, Neon.
So what do we do with him now?
Please don't hurt me. You can just send me back home, where my peers can continue to bully me.
First thing we're going to do is... have him celebrate Christmas with us. My wife is supposed to be over in the morning. She's rich, and she has a lot of connections.
What are you gonna do to me after?
Like I said, you're going to celebrate Christmas with us. But then, I expect you to do one thing in return when it's all said and done.
Okay.
Dr. Neil Watts put Krampen in an artificial memory overnight, while everyone else slept soundly. The artificial memory Krampen was subject to relive was actually a happy one, long before he discovered he could manipulate dreams. In the morning, Luke's wife arrived with Neon Zero, helping her with the gifts. Nicholas received a sleigh-shaped sled like the one from his keychain, which he fondly rode down the nearby hill. Krampen received a plush doll of Skipper that Luke declared could be his permanent buddy because Skipper brings hope and joy to everyone. After the presents exchange, Nicholas enjoyed a few hours of sledding with his newfound friends and Krampen until it was time for hot cocoa and a warm Christmas feast. Krampen had this to say.
I know I've been a little evil lately to an undeserving family and let my lust for power and addiction get out of control. Y'all could have done some pretty awful things to me in return, but instead you showed me forgiveness. Is this a Christmas miracle that I used to hear about?
It doesn't have to be exclusive to Christmas. People can be kind and generous to each other all throughout the year.
Yeah, and that's a much healthier addiction if you want to look at it that way.
Neil? Are you okay?
What? I'm not crying. It's just...
really dry in here.
Krampen enjoyed the rest of the time spent with Nicholas, his mom, and the Radio Tower of Power family after that. Of course, just as agreed upon when the holidays were over, Krampen attended his first rehabilitation class.
Hello, my name is Herman, but you can just refer to me as Krampen. I'm addicted to pain and sorrow because it fed my dream manipulation abilities, but I am here to overcome my addiction because it was Krampen my style, if you know what I mean.
That's not to say Krampen didn't pick up a few puns from Luke the Kook. As for Nicholas, he did eventually overcome his burdening grief, and with some pull, Luke's wife managed to do a little bit more for him.
Wow! What do you call this?
It's a hologram device that projects a soft light image of you, your mom, and your dad against the ceiling that can be used as sort of a nightlight. It's also a reminder that your dad is always watching over you.
I love it!
I have no idea where my wife got something like this made, but she certainly has connections.
Nicholas would grow up to become a successful counselor that helped people overcome their loss. And his business partner ended up being none other than the Krampen himself, who also ended up running his own rehabilitation facility to support people overcoming addiction. As a side gig during the winter, the two even invested in a small sleigh ride business, which became very popular within Virtuaville. Thank you all for listening, and to all have a good night. Now, I proudly leave you with the great tunes of the WASD-FM music show. Merry Christmas, everyone. streaming the hottest tracks from the radio tower of power.
I like Chopin myself.
We don't play Chopin.
Never?
That's funeral music.
If I die, will you play Chopin in remembrance of me?
Maybe, but not on this station, WASD FM.
What do you get from the Radio Tower of Power? All of the greatest music and none of the game over screens. Tune in to WASD FM.
holidays are here. Time to start putting on the winter pounds.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Oh, fine. I guess I'll hibernate to the incredible sounds on WASD FM.
I hope you enjoyed another episode of the WASD-FM Music Show. Streaming from the Radio Tower of Power in Virtuaville is a unique show that you won't find anywhere else. Catch the live show on Twitch and the on-demand rerun on the YouTube channel under WASD-FM Radio. Find Luke the Kook on Twitter or subscribe to the Luke the Kook YouTube channel for any updates regarding the music show and other fun content. I hope you have a great night as I send you off into the rest of the week. I'll see you again at the same Kook time on the same Kook channel with another music show episode on WASD FM. Peace.
So long.
Goodbye.
Worried about getting a little too much gas from the eggnog this holiday season? Fear not. When it comes to Lucky Plucky Ducky Farms, we use ingredients from Hootin' Tootin' Gootin' Gluten and Unlikely Patent to deliver that alcoholic eggnog that can get you plenty hammered without annoying your significant other throughout the night with endless passing of gas. Lucky Plucky Ducky Farms. Aren't you lucky you found us?